If you're over age 30 and have gained a few more pounds and would like to burn it off without having to starve yourself or make any drastic lifestyle changes, then please pay close attention. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal what could turn out to be the biggest single breakthrough in weight loss for men to come along in decades. Hey, listen, I'm sure you probably heard that same song and dance a million times before, but I promise you, this is different. As difficult as it may be to believe, back in 1939, medical researchers made a startling discovery that actually allows you to reset your body's metabolic clock in a certain way that allows your body to burn fat much faster. The breakthrough discovery I'm talking about has nothing to do with exercising, dieting, or anything else you've ever seen or heard about before. Hey, this isn't some gimmick or far-fetched theory either. No, the secret you're about to discover in this presentation is documented, verified, and has been published by some of the most prestigious medical journals in the world. This is why if you're interested in getting leaner, stronger, and more energetic, I'd urge you to listen very carefully to this brief presentation because the next few minutes can literally change your life. But first, it would probably be a good idea to introduce myself and tell you how I discovered this scientific breakthrough and how you can use it today to get the body you've always wanted faster than you could possibly imagine. Well, my name is Travis Stozel, and most people know me as the co-author of the best-selling book, 4-Minute Abs. Over the last few years, our fat loss protocols, special reports, and equipment have been used by famous Hollywood directors, CEOs of major corporations, professional athletes, and over 50,000 men all across the country to get into the best shape of their lives. Now, I don't bring this up to brag or tell you how great I am. Hey, in fact, it's the exact opposite. You see, even though we've helped tens of thousands of men get leaner, stronger, and healthier, there was a big percentage of people that I couldn't help. Over the years, that always baffled me. I didn't get it. Why would some guys who did what I told them to do lose incredible amounts of weight? Like Master Sergeant David Frazier, who told me in his words that he's down 39 pounds and lost 8.5 inches off his waist by following my instructions. And then there's Eric Staley, who wrote to me to say in 6 months he went from 260 pounds down to just 185 pounds. That's over 75 pounds of fat loss. And then a guy by the name of Shane Hall recently told me he went to a doctor for his 3-month checkup. And to his amazement, and I'm sure his doctor's, he dropped 47.5 pounds and his doctor cut his blood sugar meds in half. Amazing! And then, on the other hand, a good enough percentage of my clients couldn't seem to lose a pound of fat no matter what they did, even though every single one of my clients are instructed to eat the same things. Every single one of them were instructed to follow the exact same protocols, yet the results were totally different. And it drove me absolutely crazy to the point where I actually became obsessed with finding out the reason why. I consulted with college professors, medical doctors, weight loss experts, athletic coaches, and read everything I could on the subject to find the answer to this mystery. To make a long story short, after countless hours of research, corresponding with hundreds of guys, I actually discovered an unusual pattern between each and every man who struggled to lose weight. Believe it or not, it had nothing to do with age, race, or even their genetics. It turned out that an enormous percentage of men with body mass indexes above 30 have extremely low levels of the male sex hormone testosterone. Now, most people associate low testosterone levels with erection problems or a low sex drive, but the truth is, the biggest problem with low testosterone levels is fat. Scientists first started putting 2 and 2 together way back in 1939 when a German biochemist by the name of Adolf Friedrich Johann Butenandt won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for his discovery of how to isolate testosterone in a laboratory. Ever since then, scientists, researchers, and doctors have been studying the effects of testosterone on male health and discovered naturally high testosterone levels reduced the chance of heart disease, dramatically boosts your body's ability to burn fat and put on lean muscle, increases your sex drive and libido, And as crazy as it sounds, it even lowers the likelihood of getting depression, which is a big problem nowadays. But on the other hand, they also found out that low levels of testosterone are also linked to decreased muscle mass, insulin resistance, low sex drive, and it's one of the main causes of belly and chest fat. In fact, the study of 1,849 obese men reported in Science Daily found that at least 40% of men suffering from obesity have clinically low levels of testosterone. The problem has become so widespread that the National Institutes of Health estimate that as many as 13 million men in the U.S. live with clinically low testosterone, and virtually all of them, 95%, get no treatment at all. The new medical term for this is called andropause, and a lot of experts claim it affects virtually 75% of guys after age 40. Want to know something else even more shocking? You do? Okay, I hope you're sitting down for this one, because losing testosterone at this rate is not natural, nor is it an accident. Recently, scientists confirmed this when they did an anti-aging study that measured the average testosterone levels men had in the late 1980s compared to the testosterone levels they have today. To make a long story short, based on their findings, you, the average guy today, has virtually half the bioavailable testosterone as men did back as recent as the late 80s, which you can clearly see by looking at the chart on your screen. Want to know what the craziest part about this is? We're actually genetically programmed to produce healthy levels of testosterone well into our 70s, 80s, and even 90s. So what's the problem? And what's the explanation for this drop in testosterone the last couple of decades? Well, I'll sum it up in 3 words. We're being poisoned. I'm not kidding. Some of America's top health and wellness experts all agree one of the main reasons millions of us have virtually half the testosterone levels we had less than 30 years ago has to do with a bunch of nasty herbicides and pesticides used in growing virtually all food products in the United States. In fact, a guy by the name of Dr. Don M. Huber, an award-winning, internationally recognized scientist and toxicology expert at Purdue University, went on record and said just a tiny 0.5 ppm parts per million of these chemicals does enough damage to poison your entire hormone system. Now, the really disturbing part is the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, for whatever reason, allows up to 40 parts per million ppm in some of the most common foods we eat each day. He's not the only one warning about this toxicity of stuff either. In a disturbing study published last month in the Journal of Toxicology in Vitro, researchers found that 1 ppm glyphosate, which is used in growing just about every food you eat, lowers testosterone by 35%. To put these numbers in perspective, the Mayo Clinic says the average guy loses about 1% of testosterone a year starting around age 30. So a 35% decline in your testosterone levels is like aging 35 years just by ingesting this stuff. And since testosterone levels are linked to fat loss and lean muscle gains, is it any wonder why millions of men over 40 have an incredibly hard time losing weight or putting on muscle no matter what they do? Of course not. It's an epidemic that's literally robbing us of our manhood, and it's something every man should be concerned with. Okay, so how do you know if your testosterone levels are screwed up? Of course, getting a blood test is the best way to find out for sure. However, there are a few telltale symptoms that can help identify if your levels are low that, in my opinion, are pretty damn accurate. Does it seem like your belly is getting bigger, even though you're eating the same amounts of food? Have you noticed embarrassing fat on your chest start accumulating out of nowhere? Are you experiencing low sex drive and an inability to recover from your workouts? Are you experiencing muscle loss and a reduced ability to build muscle even if you work out? Do you have a really hard time motivating yourself to exercise? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then there's a good chance your testosterone levels are not where they should be, and that's a big reason why you're not in the shape you want to be in. All right, so what can you do about this? Well, for starters, really try your best to eat organic foods that aren't loaded with pesticides and herbicides because those chemicals can kill your testosterone levels fast. Secondly, if you're into your lawn, make sure to use a fertilizer that doesn't contain this stuff because it can leach into your skin and wreak havoc on your hormonal systems. And third, which is the most important, take action to restore your testosterone levels and give your body the edge it needs to shape up, slim down, and feel better than you have in decades. Okay, so how do you do that? The first way is you can visit your doctor, take a blood test, and answer some humiliating questions about your sex life, or lack thereof, and if he's willing, he'll write you a prescription for synthetic testosterone. If you take this route, you'll have to come back regularly for testosterone shots, or alternatively get a prescription for a testosterone gel. The problem with doing it this way is synthetic testosterone ends up stopping your body from producing testosterone, so you'll likely be hooked on it for the rest of your life. That's the bad news. However, the good news is there are now simple and inexpensive ways that will naturally help boost your testosterone levels quickly and easily without having to take any prescriptions. They aren't drugs or medicines. They're all natural herbs and nutrients that give your body the building blocks it needs to produce more of its own testosterone naturally. And as your body begins to produce more testosterone, you'll start to notice a rapid disappearance of belly fat, a substantial increase in muscular strength and stamina, and as a side bonus, a big increase in libido and vitality. Now, if you're anything like me, at this point you might be thinking, all this sounds way too good to be true. Hey, I'm with you. For a long time, I had the silly notion all these natural testosterone-boosting herbs and nutrients were nothing more than a bunch of hype and would only support one thing, emptying my pocketbook. However, when I wised up and started reading clinical studies about some of these herbs and nutrients and talked with guys that used them, some of the stuff I discovered completely blew my mind. I'll give you an example. There's an extract that comes from a fenugreek seed, a common ingredient used in cooking, that actually has the power to boost bioavailable testosterone levels in men by an incredible 147% in just 12 hours with zero side effects. That's not just my opinion or the opinion of Joe, who runs the vitamin shop at the mall either. What I just told you are facts based on scientific research. I'm talking about a human study here, a two-way, crossover, randomized, placebo-controlled, gold standard research study done on humans, not animals. But that's not all. Get this, the average participant in the fenugreek study I just told you about not only boosted their testosterone levels, they lost an amazing 3 times more body fat than the placebo and significantly increased their muscle strength and lean body mass without added exercise and with zero side effects. Pretty amazing, isn't it? You bet it is. And that's why last year, after we found out about some of these amazing herbs and nutrients, our company, Hunter Fitness, partnered up with a medical doctor, yes, a real MD, who specializes in formulating safe and effective dietary supplements based on real science. Well, let me back up a second. He just doesn't specialize in formulating supplements. He is known as the world's foremost authority on them and has been either the lead investigator or co-investigator in over 19 research studies. In other words, we hired the best of the best. Our company is known all over the world for our reputation of quality. We don't offer cheap products. We don't offer inferior products. And we don't offer anything that we wouldn't want our family, friends, and closest loved ones to take. So if we were going to put our name on a dietary supplement, it had to work, and most importantly, be safe. So we asked the president of the company, a medical doctor, to formulate a proprietary all-natural testosterone supplement that really works like it's supposed to. In addition to that, we told him the product had to be free of any drugs, synthetic hormones, or harmful chemicals. The goal here was not just to raise testosterone levels at the expense of compromising safety. No, we wanted the product to work while at the same time being safe. We also demanded the ingredients used to formulate it must be the exact same ingredients used in clinical studies done on humans. Cutting corners by using generic versions of these herb and nutrients would definitely increase our profits, but fortunately at Hunter Fitness, we're more concerned with our clients and their results than we are about our margins, so there was absolutely no compromise here. Finally, we demanded this product to be manufactured, labeled, and sealed in the USA in an FDA-inspected and CGMP-compliant facility using standards set by the United States Pharmacopeia. The results of analyzing countless human studies, working one-on-one with medical doctors, and investing thousands of dollars is a remarkable new product called T+. Unlike synthetic testosterone drugs and prescriptions, T+ will not suppress your natural testosterone production. So when you stop taking it, you don't have to worry about rebounds or crashes. Your body will simply keep producing testosterone the way it was meant to if you decide to stop taking it. What makes T+ so unique and so different from anything else on the market is we formulated this all-natural supplement using the same ingredients used in clinical studies that have been shown to work. Nobody in this industry that I know of has done that until now. I'll give you an example. The first ingredient we added in T+ is something called Testosurge. This is the patent-pending name given to the fenugreek seed extract I told you about earlier that was responsible for boosting testosterone levels by an incredible 147%, while at the same time increasing fat loss by 300% in a two-way crossover randomized placebo-controlled human study. The next ingredient we added to T+ is an extract from a bulbine natalensis plant, which is related to aloe vera, called by its trademark name Prolensis. Researchers believe this extract supports healthy testosterone levels by stimulating the release of something called luteinizing hormone from the pituitary gland. In case you don't know, LH is the hormone that directly stimulates cells in your body to release testosterone. Studies suggest that Prolensis can stimulate LH 169% compared to controls with no negative side effects. I guess this goes without saying, Prolensis has also been shown to act as an aphrodisiac, at least for males, which I'm sure you'll agree is a cool extra. By combining the testosterone boosting power of both Testosurge and Prolensis gives a powerful 1-2 punch that you'll definitely see and feel. But that's not all. Another potent natural ingredient we added to T+ is something called Coleus forscohi. This stuff derived from a member of the mint family of herbs and contains a compound called forskolin. Dr. Oz on the Dr. Oz Show recently showcased Coleus forscohi in a special episode called Belly Blasters in a Bottle. It was one of 4 natural weight loss ingredients that Dr. Oz actually says really works. According to Dr. Oz, researchers have found that the active ingredient forskolin can help to promote the breakdown of stored fats in animal and human fat cells. Not only that, Coleus forscohi stimulates the production of a molecule called cyclic AMP or CAMP that give our cells the power to talk to one another. One of the things that CAMP does is tell our cells to increase an enzyme called hormone-sensitive lipase, which burns fat. In simple terms, Coleus forscohi forskolin stimulates fat-burning enzymes and hormones, which in turn may help with weight loss and healthy testosterone levels. In addition to the ingredients I've just mentioned, T+ also contains a proprietary blend of other herbs, vitamins, and nutrients that studies suggest may play a powerful role in helping boost testosterone levels and weight loss. You've probably heard of many of them. They include DIM, for help in reducing estrogen, which is a common cause of low testosterone in guys over 40. Resveratrol, which supports insulin sensitivity, blood pressure, blood flow, vascular health, and immune system health. We also add something called piperine because it supports the bioavailability, absorption, and utilization of nutrients found in T+. This is a big deal because if your body can't absorb the nutrients, it cannot produce more testosterone. Another thing our doctor added to the formula is an amazing herb called Mucuna pruriens. The reason we added this to T Plus is because studies have shown that it supports increased energy and the neurotransmitter dopamine in your brain, which has been shown to reduce prolactin, another hormone responsible for low testosterone. We also added some of the finest available milk thistle for healthy liver support, which is super important for energy levels. We also included an incredible herb called Tonkat Ali, which the British Journal of Sports Medicine found increased muscle strength and lean muscle mass. We added some ginger for immune support, joint health, and respiratory recovery from exercise. In addition to ginger, we also added curcumin because it helps boost nitric oxide, which increases oxygen and blood flow to your organs. We added hesperidin for support in blood vessel function, blood pressure, and even muscle regeneration. In addition to that, we also added the right amount of boron citrate for healthy testosterone support. We also added a herb called ashwagandha because it supports improvements in focus, mood, sense of well-being, and even healthy testosterone levels. And of course, we added essential vitamins D, E, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, zinc, and other nutrients that not only help boost testosterone levels, but also have been shown to be beneficial to your overall health. Are you beginning to see the pattern with this formula? T Plus is not a mishmash of a bunch of random ingredients thrown together to make it appear that you're getting an incredible value. No. Every single ingredient we used in this formula has a specific purpose and works together to boost your body's natural testosterone levels while at the same time supporting weight loss, muscle strength, and overall vitality based off scientific research. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably thinking this all sounds really good with all the research and whatnot, but can T Plus really work for you? Or is it just like the rest of the overhyped supplements you see on the shelves of GNC or Walmart? Well, legally, I'm forbidden by the FDA and FTC to make any health claims. But if you look at the studies I quoted earlier and the evidence presented, it's pretty easy to come up with an educated conclusion. On top of that, before releasing this product to our clients, we put T Plus through the ringer in our own in-house testing to see if we would experience the same results as the studies using random people that work for our company. The guy we picked for this experiment, his name is Jeremy, who's in his 30s and has a desk job in our advertising department. From what he told me, for quite some time, he hasn't had the motivation or desire to get into shape anymore. And from what I understand, in the past, he'd start a workout program, do it for a few weeks, and then eventually quit because he wasn't getting the results he wanted fast enough. Like most guys his age and older, the effects of sitting behind a desk 8 to 10 hours a day, combined with the stress of a fast-paced job, left him feeling years older than his biological age. So we hired a lab to check his testosterone levels and see if he was in the optimal range for fat loss and lean muscle gains. What we discovered shocked us to our core. Not only were his levels not in the optimal range, he in fact had the testosterone levels of a 90-year-old man. I'm not exaggerating either. As you can see on the screen, his levels came back at 137 nanograms per deciliter, which many experts believe is 1/3 what a healthy man his age should have. Needless to say, it's no secret why the guy felt weak and lifeless all the time and couldn't lose weight no matter what he did. It wasn't his fault. The fuel responsible for fat loss, muscle gain, motivation, and everything else that makes you a man in his body was running on empty. Anyway, after looking at his results, we suggested he try T Plus for 1 month and see what happens. Fast forward 1 month later, Jeremy reports to us and says he feels like a new man. He started exercising again. His energy levels are as high as they've been in years. The physical transformation is nothing short of phenomenal, and his whole outlook on life changed inside the course of just 4 weeks. Was this what some people call the placebo effect, or is it hard science telling us the ingredients in T Plus may work? Again, I legally can't make any claims, but what I can do is show you the lab results we took after he was on T Plus for 4 weeks that clearly show Jeremy's testosterone levels are now at 1,464 nanograms per deciliter, or in the upper 95 percentile of males his age. Now, let me ask you, between the clinical evidence I talked about earlier and the results from the lab test I just showed you, which no one else in the dietary supplement industry has ever done before, do you think this product could give you the edge you need to finally lose the belly and get into your best shape ever? If you agree, which I can't imagine you wouldn't, then I invite you to try T Plus 100% risk-free today, so you can start experiencing the benefits in as little as 12 hours after getting your supply. Not only that, I'm going to give you 3 very good reasons why you should try it out free of any risk today. Reason number 1, I'm going to give you a massive discount right now that you'll not see anywhere else. In fact, I probably won't put a nickel in my pocket unless you reorder a second batch, and you won't be reordering anything that doesn't work. That's how confident I am in T Plus. Reason number 2, I'm going to pay for shipping, and your order will be rushed to your door at no cost in a discreet plain brown package. We don't nickel and dime our customers. The price you see is the price you get. No catch, no fine print, no weasel clauses. Reason number 3, when you order right now, I'm going to give you a free copy of our best-selling muscle-building, testosterone-boosting DVD titled The Testosterone Secret. We sell these like hotcakes in our catalog for $67 and maybe had 1% of guys return it, which tells you how incredibly valuable this DVD really is. But you're not going to pay $67 like everyone else for it. Even though it's worth 3 times that amount, no, it's yours free as my gift to you when you try out T Plus today. But listen, I'm not finished yet. I'm not even going to ask you to trust me on all this either. No, you and I both know talk is cheap. Instead, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and prove to you that trying out T Plus will be one of the best decisions you've ever made, with me taking all the risk. It works like this. Try out T Plus today for 30 days at absolutely no risk to you. Within the first 30 days of trying out T Plus, you must notice an immediate, dramatic weight loss. You must lose a minimum of 5 to 10 pounds and begin to feel significantly better, or you're not paying a single cent for it. That's right. If you're not astonished at how quickly you begin to lose weight and how much younger you feel, simply return the unused portion. I don't care if the bottle's empty, and I'll promptly refund 100% of what you paid, no questions asked. But seriously, I doubt you'll be asking for a refund. If you're anything like me or the men who use T Plus, you'll never want to be without it. Anyway, you be the judge. At this point, you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. You'll either feel instantly better, dramatically, shockingly better, or you return the unused portion and get all your money back. So you're taking no risk whatsoever. Here's what you need to do now. Simply click on the big button below this video, and what's going to happen next is you'll be taken to our 100% secure order form where you can select how many bottles of T Plus you want and where you would like it shipped. After you complete the form, your product will be sent out within 24 hours from our Indiana warehouse in a discreet package, and the charge on your credit card statement will say Hunter Fitness. In closing, whether you try T Plus or not, I hope you got a lot of useful ideas and information from this video. Believe me, when you stop poisoning your body with these testosterone-lowering pesticides and herbicides and give your body the building blocks it needs to produce more testosterone levels, the weight will come off, your muscles will get stronger, and you'll feel like a new man. Want to know something else? You deserve it. Guys like us have been busting our humps all our lives to be able to enjoy these days. To me, it makes no sense to spend the remaining years of our lives thinking about and talking about what we used to be. It makes no sense to spend the next 10, 20, or 30 years of your life suffering from insufficient energy. And it makes no sense to live with the embarrassment of losing strength, stamina, your looks, and potency each year. Why suffer when you don't have to? It simply doesn't have to be that way. If you agree, then try T Plus 100% risk-free today. You've got nothing to lose and so much to gain. Click the button below and let's get started.